Afternoon, everybody. It's a beautiful day here in El Dorado. I'll post some news about the move and this new studio I'm in. It's a bit of a mess at the moment, but that's how we're looking so far. Now, these vests, I've been making a bunch of vests. The whole goal is to get a whole bunch of stock. There's some anoraks there, a whole bunch of vests. I need to get a big display stock going. Trouble is, I keep getting orders, which is good, but it prevents me from getting the display stock. But the purpose of this video is to talk about this never-ending dilemma I have with how the vests do up. Now, a lot of you would have seen two types of designs. One is with a zipper only. The other is with this buttoned placket. See, there's two flaps there. Now, the reason for that is twofold. Excuse the pun. The zippers are relatively expensive. There's a fair bit of a wait time causing me some issues with supply. You know, the shortest I can wait is 12 weeks for an order. And the reason that is the two-way zipper, the one that zips up from the bottom and down from the top, sadly isn't made in Australia anymore. It's made in Japan, as far as I know. And Australia only makes the one-way open-end zippers. The other reason is my experience of zippers is they always break. A lot of people say they've never had a broken zipper, but where they mostly break, in my experience, there's a bit of a string I need to cut off there, is the plastic seal, note the word plastic, at the end there, eventually wears out into its locator, frays, tears away, and so getting started on the zipper can often be a problem in the long run. And the other one, less likely on metal zippers, well, in my case I'm using brass zippers, is corrosion, mud and stuff like that. But most devastating is when you accidentally stomp on one of the teeth, drop a brick on it, drop an axe head on it, ski boot on it, whatever, just breaks one tooth. And that one tooth broken stops the whole action. Now, it doesn't happen to everyone's jacket. It seems to happen to me all the time. That's the reason why when I place the zippers, I sew them on top of that surface, so it's relatively easy to unpick the broken zipper and replace it if necessary. The third reason is, in the making, zippers are quite difficult to keep the alignment. And because I've got all these horizontal lines in the jacket, it's quite a fiddle to try and keep the zipper aligned. It's not impossible. I just connect these sides last so that I can lay the jacket flat and sew the zippers in one. Did I mention the other reason is if you're motorcycling or standing facing a really cold, strong wind, a zipper will only join it, give or take that much. See, the teeth would be sitting in there, and wind does penetrate through those teeth. For me, that's not a huge issue because I'm usually in that sort of cold temperature wearing enough layers underneath this to not feel it. But I've never operated in minus 20 degrees in the day, as some of the customers are using these in. So I think it's probably more of a concern. This is why the double placketed comes in. And then the toggle's holding those plackets down. There's about a 15 centimetre or 6 inch, I think, gap, 5 or 6 inches gap between there. So when you bend over and scrunch this up, that will have a tendency to open like that. That's the worst case scenario. But the double flap prevents because it's also, the flap is getting in on top of that as well. So the likelihood of wind pushing through there, well, if it is, you'll stand up straight pretty quick. Now, the obvious solution here then is to put both a zipper in and the plackets. But that brings me back to the first problem: supply of the zipper, origins of the zipper, where they're made, and the difficulty of placing them. It's just an added expense, which the whole goal here is to get this very expensive material, being 100% sheepskin on the leather, with the wax canvas Australian made, trying to keep these prices as down as possible so that more people can afford them and that I get a reasonable enough margin to keep going. So there's the dilemma. Anyway, this shows the double placketed button up. Yes, I could place a zipper in there. The question is, with you guys, do you really think it's necessary? I know the zipper kind of looks cool for a lot of people. But I keep thinking of reasons not to have a zipper. If you are in sort of not so cold temperatures and you tend to wear it open, that zipper teeth being metal, when it hits your arm and stuff, it's quite a nasty little feeling. It's a cold feeling for a start, a soaring feeling. It's just not nice to touch. None of that with just the button plackets. Okay, guys, over to you. I wish the orders would slow down a bit so I can get on top and get a good display going, because I'm going to set up local markets and things and I need a lot of product. But I'm thankful for the orders too. It keeps me going. Adios.